Yes, people, welcome bloody back to Jamie Vardy's favourite show. You know what it is. It's Weird and Wonderful. And it's Monday night, so you know what time it is. It's Monday Night Wonderful.
The news tie.
Damn straight. It's a new style, it's a new show, it's a new everything.
opportunity.
New opportunities, everything. New
Hey,
hair.
Pogs
New
is
style.
he's a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy.
Hey, let's get that one more time, please. One more time.
The news tie.
Don't know why. Hey, people, this is honestly, that video has been cracking me and Ishmael up for about a couple months. Since Pop has been out, he's been giving us entertainment.
Man's been living off that video and his 7 assists, and he's just been munching good, man. He's been munching very good.
You still got top assists?
Nah, Trent, bro. Trent's clear. Trent's hit double figures this weekend, but we'll get onto Trent, innit? We'll get onto Trent. Man's about to break his own record for the third time, but listen.
That's a nice cap you're wearing, Ishmael. What is that?
North Face, bro.
Yeah, fair. Rate that highly.
Okay. Are you trying to get me to mention your headwear as well? Is that what we're doing? Is that? Hey, for those that don't know, yeah, Moses was in the op end this weekend doing our uncle duties at Villa Park, bruv. Man's converted. Man's a Brummie convert, bruv.
Bro,
Moses, what are you telling me? All 121 and that, yeah? You're gonna change your mobile number?
Brummie on the map. You know what it is? Yeah? It was a bit of a sticky one because I was with my nephew, as you say, and I was just here to. I was there to just have a good time in it. He supports United, but he's from Birmingham, innit? So we were just making memories in it. His first game. Obviously, I had this hat on the whole time we were in the Villa end. So, yeah, it was a bit of a sticky one.
Undercover ops, trying to blend in and that.
Undercover ops, but there was a United fan that got baited out, and he got kicked out quick. And so I was just like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not going to get.
What was you saying? Just quickly on that. Obviously, the game was on the Saturday, innit? But when the goals are going in, what were you like? Were you just reacting to all the goals? Like, what?
That's what's mad, yeah. So the Man United goals, I got a video I can show you after. But I got the Man United goals. I was like deadpan. You don't have no idea. Yeah. I was just like sort of giving it little ones, but like
under the seat.
Sorry, I just dropped my packet of crisps and just giving it under the chair. But no, it was actually quite fun. Like obviously, like I can watch football and be able to judge and just be like, oh, this team. Like, what was Tyrone Mings? Tyrone Mings had a shocker that game, bruv.
Listen, I've been on to this guy for a long time, fam. I've been on to this guy for a very long time.
The whole crowd. Hey, do you know what was mad as well? It got to a point where we were 2-0 up, and I had some fans behind me being like dissing Jacob Ramsey. I just turned around. I was like, "You all right? Like this kid's a baller. Ramsey's a baller. Don't be stepping. Do you know what I mean? Don't be chatting shit about one of your own." And then suddenly he scores a goal, and then all singing,
goal and assist.
He's one of our own and all that. And I was just like, okay, cool. But now obviously got to see the boys play. It was a good. Do you know what? It was a bit. Let's just. I'll just give you a bit of an overview of what I saw in it. It was a good. It was a decent. It was probably one of our better performances, to be fair. But that's
when you say, "Oh, are you talking about Villa or United?" We need to clarify because you're in a Villa hat right now.
Do you know what? I'll talk about Man United in it, but obviously I'm a United fan. I was cheering the goals that Villa scored, but just because I got caught up in it, innit? And obviously, I wanted my nephew to have a little one of them moments in it, and he can remember it after. Like,
what a game as well for your first game. 2-2. What a game to go and see, bro. What a game!
You got to see some entertainment, got to feel the crowd. Now it was a banging day, but obviously, once all the adrenaline went and we left the stadium, and I'm just here wearing my Villa hat. All I can think about is those 2 drop points in it, and it was a tough one to swallow in it, but I had a good time, so that's all that matters. I think it's a lot easier to take a defeat when you're there in person.
Yeah, because it's just football, innit? It's live football, innit? You've got the experience to kind of go off, like you said, the adrenaline as well. But when you're at home in your yard and it's just dead, you just switch to the TV afterwards, like, right, what do I do now?
You got Roy Keane and Jamie Redknapp just chatting.
Yeah, the analysis as well. You got them going in and your players doing flipping like slow-mos and that. Like you don't want to be seeing that, but you still want to watch. But listen, you're there. You just it's the vibes thing, innit? But where does this leave United now? Top 4 chances again. 2 points dropped. Like what are you telling me? Now like you said, now the adrenaline's worn off. Let's do the aftermath, bruv. The post-mortem. Like, what are you telling me? 2-0 up.
Do you know what? I don't even know how we're still in the top 4 race, because like.
Games in hand.
It's one of them. I was saying it on the chat earlier, or like the other day. I was like, it's going to be excruciating. Like, no one's going to take it, but no one's going to just run away with it. No, like, it's just going to be fucking stumbling our way to like May, and then that's what I reckon. We'll be in the title race. God forbid. Right. I reckon we'll be in a fucking top 4 race up until.
It might be the last day of the season again. I swear the last 2-3 years.
It's going to be a mission. It's going to be a mission
again. Last 2-3 years, I'm pretty sure it's gone down to the wire, innit? It's been more exciting than a title race. And, bro, we know what City are doing right now as well. We'll get onto that in a second. But any improvements from United? Like, obviously, Bruno, I have to say, was much improved. I've got to say that. Took his goals very well. The first goal was a bit of a madness, but took his second goal very well.
Yeah.
I don't want to do up the whole, like, Ronaldo debate and this and that, but he looks like when Ronaldo's not in the team, he looks like he rediscovers the clutch gene a little bit more. I don't know, is that fair to say a little bit? He takes on a bit of the mantle a bit more. Obviously, he was wearing the armband as well. For me, that was like a Bruno performance of like Oli back when the judge was still in. I haven't really seen that. I haven't seen that from Bruno too much this season. Like the numbers speak for themselves. I mean, you know that Bruno's a guy who's very effective with his output. And the numbers you can't argue have dried up. So for me, Bruno was much improved. I thought Alanga was. It was just nice to see some youth player. I don't know. Obviously, you can definitely second that as well. But I felt he had a decent game. Greenwood, for me, he's shooting a little bit too much. Like it's a bit too much on site for Greenwood nowadays. Obviously, when it bangs,
don't ever take that away from Mason.
When it bangs. But these days, I'm seeing him just like cut inside and shoot. Like it doesn't matter what the angle's saying, doesn't matter where the goalkeeper is. Man, he has head down.
Yeah, you're acting like you've never seen this guy play before, bro. Yeah,
bro, I don't.
This is his style of play. His
numbers are dried up as well a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Like when it bangs, You're like, right, this guy's he's just a shooter, just a plain old shooter. Yeah. But he's not been as good this season.
It does coincide a little bit with our poor form as well. Like I think there's a lot of players like Bruno. Bruno 4 games in a row without scoring. That's a lot. That's a lot for Bruno. But no,
especially when he's not doing too much else otherwise. But I hear that.
On that point with Bruno though, like I do think that what you're saying about CR7, it does hold true a little bit, but from like a different angle. I feel like Bruno constantly is trying to serve Ronaldo. Like he loves him so much.
Yeah.
He loves him so much.
He's everyone's goat. He's everyone's goat in the team. Yeah.
I think we need to, but I think a lot of that boils down to the fact we don't have a style of play. I'm still not seeing any pressing, bruv. I'm still not seeing.
I told you, we saw that 20 minutes against Palace, and you man just said,
"I don't know what's happened, bro. I don't know. Have we sacked it? Like I'm gutted about it. I wanted us to play. I wanted us to be playing heavy metal things, innit? I wanted us to be playing exciting. I don't mind
lift music right now, bro. Never mind heavy metal. This is some timid thing, like right?
No, this is Braille, fam. This is some Braille. This is Braille music, fam. This is Braille music, bro. There ain't nothing there. I can't hear shit, bro. I can't hear shit.
Fam, you gotta check if your fucking headphones are still connected. Like what?
Yeah, bro.
It's a madness. It's a madness. Even the formation as well, because I don't know about you. I wasn't really seeing the 4-2-2. I was seeing more of like a 4-2-3-1 thing. Like Bruno was in the hole, man. Like so, he's come in already. What is this? He's been how many games? Has it been 10 games in all comps, bro? He's like no press, no 4-2-2. Like this is Ollie Ball Part 2, man. This is like I don't.
But like you were saying a couple of weeks ago, like is you got to be more versatile? Is you got to change like? As you got to switch it
bro,
up.
I was asking the question. I wasn't saying do it. I never said do it. I just said I was asking the uncomfortable
you raised a good question, and I kind of agreed with you. Like and like in our Wolves game, we did see a 3 at the back, but obviously ended up losing the game anyway, so it didn't really matter. But like I think you got to be more versatile. Coming into the Premier League, it's the most competitive league in the world. It's got teams that can match up against you and give and outrun you. Outwill you, outfight you, and like that can sometimes outdo your quality, and the disparity in quality can completely disappear, and suddenly it's a team that's who just wants it more, who's fighting for the 50-50s that can win it. And so like, I think Ragnick's just realizing now that this team isn't good enough to be like, here, this is our philosophy, this is how we're going to play. We've got to we're at that point now where we've got to kind of stifle the other teams' as well.
You got to build up to confidence.
Defensively, defensively, we look like just round the outsides, bruv. They just get around the outside.
Round me outside.
Oh, trust, bruv. Trust. That's some round the outside thing, yeah. But no, it was jarring. It was jarring, man. It was. I could kind of see it happening as well. Like, it was all building up. I even got a video of Coutinho doing a warm up. I was about to buy my nephew a Coutinho shirt at half time because I was like, he ain't coming on. We're winning. What? It's comfy. And then I was like, I'll buy it after because you couldn't get the right size. And then I was just so happy. I could not leave this. Actually, no, to be fair, I stayed around, but I was not buying that shirt after the match. Just to say
that. False promises of that, man.
No, but sorry, we forgot about Elanga. I want to just like drop.
Go speaking some
bars. Anthony Elanga, he's right now. He's looking like the antidote to Anthony Martial and his lack of desire at United, isn't it? So. For me, Anthony Elanga, he started the game well. He looked bright. I think the game started as soon as the game started. My man was ducking down the wing, and I haven't seen that in so long. Whether it's Rashford or Sancho or Greenwood on the right hand side, we haven't really got someone who's like just looking to skin man around the wing. And that used to be Rashford. But do you know what? If Rashford ain't going to be performing to the right level, all I want is players to be held accountable in it. If you're going to play something, if you're playing dead football, you're not playing the next game. Just learn, fam. I don't know what Ollie said.
You can't reward this like mediocrity. Like you can't. Like it sets a bad precedent. If man knows he's going to start every week, then how's he going to sit the game out, watch the game from the sidelines, try and improve that way, give another man a chance? We'll use Donny as a prime example. Donny knows whatever he does in training doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what he does in training. The weekend is coming. It's going to be McFred or Matic or flipping anyone else apart from you. So after a while, you're going to be like, bro, okay. What's the fucking point? Bro, what's the point?
Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, I was happy for Elanga as well, man. He should start in it. I think he's done enough to probably start. Who you man got next? Brentford. Is it Brentford? I think you got Brentford, you know.
No, we were meant to have Brentford and the game got called off. I think. Wait. But look, Anthony Elanga banging performance.
Yeah. Speaking,
a really strong performance. Considering it was a strong Aston Villa side coming up against like Matty Cash, he did well. But look, I think there's a player in our before we get into the transfer speculation for Man United. I want to just say Hannibal Medbury, yeah, please, he cannot come back from AFCON any sooner. Because you know what I want to see now, yeah. And this could sound absolutely mad to you, but I kind of want to see it because I think. Potential, not potential, but this is an exciting midfield pairing. Probably the most exciting midfield pairing we've got at Man United right now. And Sean, I need you to look up quickly so I can get some eye contact with you.
I can hear you, bro. I was just playing you got Brentford. You got Brentford on Wednesday. But yeah, go on.
Hannibal next to Paul Pogba.
Fam. Pogba's only here for 6 months, isn't it? So you can't really be even
be easy. Like the thing is with Pogs as well. So he's not even made it apparently. So like, what I'm seeing at the moment, he's not made his decision. He kind of wants to come back, see what Ralph Ragnick's saying. What like I don't think he's got that many options. You know that I think he's got PSG, but no one else is really going to be paying the wages that Man United are offering. So.
Facts.
If he gets offered, or if he believes in the project, and if he sees like I don't know, look, if Ronaldo's staying another year, who knows? Do you know what I mean? Like if Ronaldo's staying, I think that's a big pull for a lot of players, and hopefully in the win, if we get top 4, there's a lot of ifs in it. There's a lot of ifs, but I don't think it's as cluck. I don't think he's definitely going. I'd say it's probably like 80% he's going. 20% he's staying, but I do think that 20% is definitely
90-10 for me. I think.
What do you think of? I hear what you think of that partnership.
I hear what you're saying. I hear it sounds, but it sounds lovely and all that. But
I said lovely.
You can't be pinning. Man gave you the Rashford Mbappe treatment, but you can't be pinning.
That's what Ollie did to Jose.
You can't be look what happened to him as well, man. You can't be hanging your hat on this part. Like it might be nice for when he comes back, for when Pogba comes back, but I think for all intents and purposes, like man's doing his last dance with you, man. So whether you get good Pogba when he comes back, that's nice. But I think come May, see you later.
I just want Hannibal into the first team, bro.
You still need, for me, and that kind of brings me on to my next point. It's January the 14th now. You man have still not made any signings. I think I think you should be kind of looking towards that more than looking towards trying to find partnerships in your squad already. Because I think whatever you've got in your squad right now is not going to be enough to the end of the season. If you really want to like nail down this top 4, you man got to start getting active in the transfer window. That's just my take from the outside. But listen, it sounds nice. It sounds nice, but you're always one injury away from McFred. So it doesn't matter whoever else you have in this, like in your squad's like pairings. You're only one injury or one rotation away from going back to McFred, and then you're back to say, "Well, fuck you again." So you need to pattern up in the transfer window. I think.
Yeah. I think what I don't understand is if that Dennis Zakaria is available for
6 million. Bro, it's mad. Yeah.
Why have you not done it already?
I can understand why we're not going for it because we're flipping always like, oh, check how much change you got in your pocket, but you lot.
I think
even Arsenal as well, crying out for midfielders. It's mad.
I'm pretty sure we if we wanted to, we could negotiate a free his
free
end of transfer, end of contract release.
Yeah, you can do.
I don't know what we're doing. I don't know if we're doing that or if we're just. Bro,
it seems like no one's doing. Bro, the month's nearly halfway done and no one's doing anything. Man. I'm surprised.
Sorry, I had to correct you before. It's 17th of January. Just people.
The 17th, right? Man,
it's not Friday.
It's been a long weekend, bro.
There's Haidara and Zakaria that have been popping. Their names have been popping out from the start. Haidara's got a release clause, £33 million.
Even that is like
nothing. Zakaria's got a release clause, £5 million. Can also play centre back. Nothing. Better. It's an improvement on what we've got. Sell Scott McTominay for $5 million or something. Do you know what I mean? Or like Fred for $5 million. Swap them. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's that simple.
You can get creative. You can get creative with it. Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying actually go and sell Scott McTominay or Fred for. They're not worth $5 million. I'm not saying that they're worth $5 million. What I'm trying to say is they're an improvement. So if we did do that, if we sold Scott for 4.5 and Fred for 500 grand. That's still an improvement by having. Do you know what I mean? It's still an improvement.
Bro, it's so mad how much sense you're making, but what you're saying is also just wild as well. But it makes sense. It makes sense. Bro, it makes perfect sense.
I'd sign both of them. Zakaria and Haidara is a solid.
And get rid of McFred. Yeah.
We could play 4-2-2 if we do that. Solid.
And they're active as well. They'll get about. And they can actually keep the ball as well. Bro, we're speaking the same language right now, man. We're speaking the same language. But listen, let's move on to the first game of the weekend. Someone calling it not a title decider, but more like a can we keep the title race somewhat alive? Chelsea, I think everyone agreed Chelsea needed to get something from the game, really, for them to have any sort of title aspirations. But one bit of Kevin De Bruyne brilliance won the game for City 1-0. But what do you think? First of all, we'll start with the question and we'll chop up the game as well. But is this Pep's best City side, do you reckon? Obviously, you've got the 18-19, the Centurions, you've got the team, well, last season's team as well, or we've got this season's team. What are you saying?
I think that Centurions team was scary when they had Sané and Sterling on the wings.
Yeah. Do you know David Silva as well?
Do you know what's weird? Yeah, David Silva was scary, bro. What's weird, is I think City are a better side when they don't rotate as much. I know they got options. Galore, and they can rotate if they want to. But I think I just loved seeing not loved. There was no love about it. Sorry, let me rewind.
Run that one back, please. Yeah.
But I think City, when you knew what their best team was, when you knew that Sterling was playing on the wing, Sané was on the other, just try and keep up with them because otherwise they're going to pass it back post to the other one and they're going to score a goal, tap in. Like that for me was the most clinical City side. And then if you try to get touch tight to them, they had the David Silvas, they had the De Bruyne. That midfield for me was the best midfield they had. Fernandinho was at his peak. Just couldn't it was just. It was too much. It was too much. That team. I don't think I think that's probably one of the best Premier League teams. Obviously, it's hard to say because it's subjective in terms of like the teams you're playing against.
Era as well. Yeah.
But for me, that was one of the most impressive league wins that I've seen. Especially, was that the season you run them bare close as well? So
no. That's we finished 4th that season. So we ran them close the season after.
They nearly hit 100 twice, isn't it? Was it 97?
Yeah, bro, it was 97 and 96. Was it 98, 97? No, it's 98, 97. It's 98, 97. It's 98, 97.
Yeah,
bro, absolutely.
Either of them two teams, to be honest. Either of them two teams.
What I like about, you said you prefer it when they don't rotate as much, but what I like about this, that's why I said side instead of like the starting 11, because I think what I like about the City team right now is that Pep can just do a mad one and make 4 changes, and you're not really seeing too much dip in quality, man. Like their front 6 is just a joke. Like Grealish didn't play at all. Didn't play a minute over the Christmas period.
Oh shit! I heard some news about Jack Grealish as well.
We saying it's just hot off the press.
Yeah, well, apparently he's in big trouble with Pep, and Pep's told him that he's not really going to be a starter.
What, because of the madness that happened over Christmas with
I don't know what he's done, bro. I don't know what he's done because Foden's back into the team, but it seems like this is some
Foden's just actual star boy, though, isn't it? I feel like Pep.
He's a wrong as well. You know, Foden's a fucking rat.
Yeah. let's not speak on that one too much.
Just backing WKD at the bar, like just imagine him.
He moves a bit. He's taking that blonde hair and he's well, you know what I'm going at, innit?
Proper trailer
anyway, yeah. but their front 6, it's just mad on so many levels. Like Mahrez, Sterling.
It doesn't matter. The players are playing out of position. Like it's mad.
He's just taking a piss. He's just looking at the Premier. He's like, how can I make this more interesting for myself? He's like, okay, cool. Jesus, yeah, you're our only striker, but you know what? This season, you either bench or right wing. He's like, boss, what? What? I got number 9 on my back. He's like, I don't care, bro. Yeah.
He's like, I swear, Aguero.
Yeah, he's like, no, we cannot replace him. We cannot replace him, Aguero. Therefore, you're playing wing or bench. That's it. Man's playing Grealish false 9, Foden false 9, Sterling.
Bernardo Silva's playing
Bernardo Silva. Like it's all just like, listen, his MO for finding players is just be techie. It doesn't matter what shape or form you come in, what position. Hey, listen, you don't respect my guy, man. Respect Raheem, man. You can't. Raz, he's putting Alonso in a spliff on Saturday. Like he's putting him in a spliff. Fair enough. A lot of it was just like.
He's not techie. You can't describe Sterling as techie.
He's tricky. He's a tricky customer. He's a tricky customer. I don't know how to use the word techie. You know. He's not. Listen, but you disrespect him too much. I can't co-sign the way you disrespect him.
Look, I've got respect for him, but I think. Do you know what? For me, he's overrated. I just think he's a bit overrated. Like, and he's just not. He's not consistent enough for me. Obviously, he's in that City team. I think he's
100 club. 100.
Yeah, but.
Justice for
okay,
Raz.
I respect 100 club. He's got 100 goals. But like,
nah, you're not even saying it on like a little nonchalant thing. Like, bro, he's certified, man. I will not hear slander on his name. I can't
talk about it because he's older, innit? I think I don't know what's going on, bro.
That's what makes him so good. Man's 26 and he's nearly clocked the whole thing already. I had a little Champions League to that, and he's won it all, bro. He's won it. He's nearly competed.
The eye test.
Yeah, the eye test can look a bit funny.
Same thing you got from with Bruno. Bruno will be 100 club soon. Like,
I'm hearing as well, Bruno. Let's just quickly. Before we jump, we'll carry on with City and Chelsea. But I'm hearing Bruno's not really up for signing a contract extension at United. I was reading today that they've reached some sort of stalemate. Man, doing like Mohamed Salah settings.
Lucky he's still got 3 years on his contract.
Oh, was it 3 years or 2 years?
Plus 1 as well, so he's good. We tried to give him a new contract to reward his good form, innit? But if my man wants to chill on 100 grand for another 3 years, he can do that.
Listen, man might be trying to force a move out of the club. To be fair, I don't know who's going in for Bruno, to be honest. I don't know what top team's going in for him, so he might need to just second himself. Bro, I said top team, man. These lot are face.
Hey, don't sleep on Barcelona, you know. Don't sleep on Barcelona.
The comeback's going to be nice. I hope Xavi can oversee the whole rebuild because I like the story in it. The story is good. It's got the romantic element, but just know I'm enjoying seeing them just doing up mediocrity right now. It's funny.
Do you have to go back to this question?
Pep, yeah. Well, you're saying no. Then you're saying 18, 19.
It's different. Now you caveated the question. I don't know.
Bro, I said City side, fam. The way this stacked with quality, Stats.
This is talking about squads. Yeah, this is the best squad that they've had. But in terms of like, I
Just
think
quickly, because you're forgetting
about
18, 19, they still had like Otamendi and flipping duds like that still lurking about on the squads. Obviously, Ake has not been great this season, but that's still a level up.
I think I said 17, 18. What was the first one? The first one, the one with Sané.
The Centurion. That was 17. Yeah, 17, 18. 17, 18.
That's for me. That was cold. That was cold. They had company as well at the back.
Yeah, true. That was up there. Bro, they're moving different right now, man. They're moving different. I think we spoke about it briefly earlier. I think they're turning this league into like a joke thing right now. Like,
yeah, you dropped the words farmers.
Yeah, bro. I'll say it again. Like, I'll say it on camera too. They're turning the Prem right now into a farmers league. It's up to us to make it respectable this season. But if they go and do 14 points again or 15 points again, bro,
12 points. 12 points. It was 12 points.
I think last year.
Well, 11. Let me check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
12 points is still, that's four Prems out of 5.
12 points.
All right, cool. 12 points, 4 Prems out of 5 in 5 years. This is total domination, bro. No one's got close. We're the only ones that got like remotely close to them on 2 occasions. One we got within a point. Second one we won. Other 3 they've walked away for it. 25 points, 17, 18. When Jose said that was his greatest ever achievement. 12 points last year. This year, I'm not saying we're out of the title race, but also if City go and win it by 15 points, I can't say I'm like particularly surprised, if I'm being honest. Bro, like what can we say? What can we say to Pep? What can we say to Pep?
I'm gonna throw this one back to you, to be honest, because what is it like? It's what 22, 21 games played. Got about 17 games still to play for you, man. You man are like what 11 points behind.
Don't forget the game in hand, bro. That game in hand is important, man. That's all I've got. All I'm clinging on to right now.
You got 17 games to play. Out of those 17 games,
we need to win like 15.
51 points.
We need to win like 15 games. Like,
so out of 17. If you win all your games, you finish on 96 points. For City, if they win all their games, they've got 16 games left. That's 48 points, bruv. So they got to drop 30. They got to drop 11. So if they have to win like 11, more than 11 games. If they win the next 11 games, 10, 11 games, it's done. Do you know what I mean? So
but they're gonna drop points. They're gonna drop points in the next couple of weeks. I'm predicting it. Like they've done 12 games now. I think there'll be a team, whether it's a team that's scrapping at the bottom like a Burnley or something, or a Newcastle, or a team like a top 4 team. I think they've got to come unstuck sooner or later. We've got to just smell blood, bro. Like we can't just. Our thing is, bro. This is all I'm clinging on to right now. I'm telling you, fam. I'm telling you. I'm not saying it with chest. I don't believe it, but for my own sanity and for me to enjoy the ride that is football, I can't just be like, all right, cool, title's done. Then what? Man, just waiting for the Champions League to come around in Feb. Like, nah, man. I've got to just believe, bro. I've got to believe. Listen. It's not done yet. 11 points in the game in hand. It's not done. It's not done. City, we're only saying that right now because we're playing shit. If we were kind of in any way near our best, we would be saying it's still on. But if we keep it to 8 points by the time Salah and Mane come back from AFCON, we cooking, bro. We cooking. It's not done yet. It's not over.
I think even with Salah and Mane in your team, you struggle to catch City.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but there's a chance, man.
Definitely not gonna be easy, bro.
There's a chance. There's a fighting chance. There's a fighting chance. City get a couple draws on the bounce. It's looking all different. The landscape can change very quickly, bro.
Just looking at City's next game, and that's a potential banana skin. Southampton away.
Yeah, I mean,
stylistically, that could. Rafa.
They got a point. They got a point off them at the Etihad. They're one of the few teams to. I remember that game was 0-0. Dead ball fest of a game. So I reckon they listen.
You might have a point in the next
Austrian
games. So after their first leg away to Sporting Lisbon on the 15th of Feb, day after Valentine's Day, they travel to sit. They travel. No, they host Spurs, then travel to Everton, then travel to United, then host United. Before their second leg against Sporting.
It's not done, fam. It's not done. Everton could have a new manager.
We could do you a favor.
Everton will have a new manager by then. New manager bounce. United, it's a derby. United have been in worse positions before and it's still done a job over City. Look at that 3-2 when Pogba had the blue hair when you remember 2-0 down at half time.
They could have won the league. They were winning the league at half time.
Yeah, exactly. You lot can pull out a derby win out of nowhere. You've seen it before. Who was the other one? Everton, United.
Everton, Spurs.
Conte in a one-off game, he can pattern anyone easy. Look at what they've done to us. Like, bro, it's not done. It's not done. 2 bad results in a row, but it's just down to us now. We've got to do our business, but I can't really bank on them too much. But listen,
you got your bogey team. You got your bogey team on the weekend as well. You got Palace.
Bro, Palace away. I know. Listen, halfway through the Brentford game, I was starting to look at our next fixtures. I was like, I'm not confident about it. I didn't even enjoy the last 20 minutes of Brentford because I was thinking about Palace. But
you got Leicester. You got Leicester after, then you got Burnley. That's the Nat Phillips. That's why Nat Phillips gets the game time.
But that's the game. I think the AFCON boys are back. That Burnley game. So listen, if we can just get through Palace away,
shit, you gotta hope that them 9 don't come back injured as well.
Bro, Naby's been playing. Naby's played every game, every minute of every game so far. Like, listen, the only thing that's kind of been good is that obviously the pace isn't as frantic as the Prem, so he's been kind of just selling out.
But the pitches, bro, the surfaces don't look.
Listen. Surface hype. He's good, man. Ballers.
That's surface hype, bro.
Ballers can ball out. Ballers can ball out. It's looking like Egypt are gonna kind of go out and shame a little bit as well. Salah's trying to carry the Pharaohs, but it's not really happening right now. El Neni and them men are still behind him doing fuckeries. But listen,
what a good goal, though. That was a good volley.
Very good goal. Very, very good goal. Listen, he's got the clutch gene, man. He's got the clutch gene. But we spoke on this team briefly when we said that they could be a potential banana skin for Man City. Gonna have new manager bounce by then. Obviously, the news broke today that Rafa Benitez, don't know what happened there. Rafa Benitez has been sacked by Everton. Before we get onto the whole Everton sort of debacle, let's move on to our next question. Will Rafa get another big job? Does he deserve one after this? Because he kind of had the Newcastle one, didn't really work out. A few other interim roles here and there. When man went to China, I think he's 60. He's in his 60s now. Will he get another big job? What do you reckon?
I don't know how to answer that because would you say that Everton job was a big job?
I think so. We can ban them, but in the sense that even though he didn't get much to spend in the summer, they've got them and they've got peas. They've got a big fan base. They're one of them teams that if you saw them creep into the top 6 on a given season, not to be like a certified top 6 member, if you just saw them break into the top 6 on a season like Leicester did, you wouldn't be too surprised. They got good players. They got DCL. They got Richarlison. They got a decent little thing going on, but it's just similar to United in some senses. But their thing runs back deeper. It's just a bit of a poison chalice, I'd say, almost like. So it's not quite connected there. They've got a mixture of a lot of managers, players, but they've got good players. They've got good players at Everton, man. They're a big club. What
happened with Rafa then? That's what I don't understand because they just missed Richarlison from the start and Calvert-Lewin. They've just been missing them too. Is that as simple as that? Because defensively, Rafa usually gets teams patterned.
Bro, the way did you watch the highlights of the Norwich game? I've never seen a Rafa team defend like this before. Like,
mate, the own goals and then to come.
Bro, it looked like they were trying to get him sacked.
Oh, who's that left back? Who's
the new Donny? The new Don. He's some new. I think he's like Russian or something. I think.
My man, yeah,
bro, he had a howler. He had a flipping howler, bro. He had an absolute stinker.
Hey, look,
I'm just getting to the whole game.
Can I drop a little ting quickly? Just so I just want to drop a little ting.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Let's drop this quick. Some interactivity.
And dropping the facts.
This is what Rafa said, yeah, about Everton. So when you say he's a big club,
is this when he said they're a small club? I know I've seen this before, bro. He says they're a little club.
We want to lose anything else, and we were trying to keep going forward, creating chances when we could, but it was really difficult because they were defending and playing maybe counter-attack.
You did have a lot of possession. You had 3 strikers out there on the pitch, but you just wanted the amount of clear
my man dirty, bro.
It's not easy when you have maybe 8 players behind the ball and narrow, deep. You cannot create very clear chances. It's just keep
He used to look. He looks so. He looks young, kind of young here.
Can you understand?
No, he looks like they're Donnie from flipping Toy Story.
Yeah,
The old guy.
Decide how they want to do to win points. No, we cannot say anything about this. It's just.
Bro, anyway, listen, yeah. Rafa, I think
a lot of teams come here.
he came with an agent again. He understood the assignment.
We were trying, but when you play with small clubs, always is
Big up Rafa. There we go. That's the bit. That's the money. That's the money bit right there.
Yeah. So, in answer to your question, Ishmael,
Was that necessary?
You didn't have a ticket in the first place.
Man, done long division on that one. I like that.
Show your working, innit? You asked me to show your work. I show you my working.
Trust. All right, cool. Okay, but will he get another one? Because he's had big clubs in the before. That can't be disputed. Can he now go and chat to another team? Could he go back to Newcastle potentially?
That's what I was literally about to say. I was like, Newcastle will take him back in a heartbeat right now.
You reckon? You're not feeling Eddie Howe, no?
Are you feeling Eddie Howe?
He's a good coach, but I think
they didn't even have a new manager bounce. They ain't signed anyone.
Their team. Have you seen their team? Listen, their team is dusted. That defense is like a disgrace, bro. Like,
look,
Sales as a captain is.
You saw what he did against Man United, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You man are not the bar, innit? You man are not the bar. So many teams
that performance was the bar, not Man United, but that performance was the bar. They deserve to win that match against us.
Yeah, 100. But their defense still is costly in every game. They've got good attackers, yeah. Joe Linton's obviously doing the madness now in midfield. ASM is ASM. Like they've got good players going forward, but their defense, bro, even their keeper's not the worst. Like Dubravka's not the worst keeper in the world, but their defenders are shocking, bro. Every single one of that defense, Chippy's come in and he can't do it on his own, obviously, but the defense is not the one. That will be what gets them relegated because I think they can maybe get enough goals. Obviously, they got man like Chris Wood coming in now as well. Bro, yeah, but back to Rafa. Do you think? What do you think he can kind of do now? Then do you think it's a case of he's like dusted,
I feel like it's his last job in the Premier League, just purely because of the where he leaves Everton. Like I think just
above like 3 points. I feel like 3 points above the relegation zone. Mad.
Yeah, so I think when that stuff usually happens, like when a club sacks you because they're worried about getting relegated, it's quite hard. You kind of got to prove yourself elsewhere to come back. Like look at Claudio Ranieri now. Like I don't think he's now getting the Watford job. He's getting those sorts of levels of jobs. Like I don't think Rafa's going to want to come back and be like, "I'll manage like a Newcastle level team." Do you know what I mean? I think he's going to want to
Burnley or something.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
But he done a season in the Championship though. Don't forget, he got them relegated. He got them straight back up again. I don't know if it's because he had that sort of like he felt bad because he got relegated.
He told he was going to get paid when he came up.
Hey, Mike Ashley's a scumbag, you know. This guy is an actual he's a sociopath. Like,
bro, Newcastle,
I'm hearing he's trying to buy. I'm hearing he's trying to buy Derby as well at the minute. So free up the Rams, man. Because that's.
Bro, do you know how much? They're on? I think they're valued at.
I feel like 50 M's or something.
That was like 30 million, bro.
That's a madness. But we'll do this at a later date. But we need to give Rooney his flowers though, because what he's doing, like he's giving them a fighting chance, man. I think they had like 24-point deduction or something. Because they got a 12.1. They got a 12.1. And then the EFL went back and was like, no, wait, hang on. We just had the number like that, bro. And I think they're not far off. They're not far off getting back to safety. So
who would you replace? Who do you think should replace him? Because I'm not 100% sure Rooney's ready to go into the Premier League.
No, I think Rooney should be paying more attention to what Gerrard did as opposed to Lampard. If you see what I'm saying, I think he can maybe do another step before he goes back to his hometown club. Because you're only going to get that chance once, isn't it? You don't want to go there and do a Lampard. Like realistically, Lampard, for him to get the Chelsea job again, he's gonna have to go somewhere and do like a fucking mad. He'll have to go and win a league somewhere else or something like that. Go and win the league in like Italy or something. So I think Gerrard can maybe go to like another maybe a better Championship team who's not on their fucking arse, or a lesser Premier League, or a side that's just not your hometown club in it, because that there's emotion attached to that. You don't get dragged out of your boyhood club and then can't go back there again. Like, so I think I don't think he should go. I think for Everton fans' sake, Martinez, I don't think he's really the right guy. Did all right there the first time round, but I'm not really been impressed with Belgium, if I'm being honest. He's kind of shagged the golden generation. They should have been doing a bit better with the players he had at his disposal. If I'm being honest, so I
don't know how Martinez must have the best agent in the game, bro. Like,
bro, man gets sacked and gets better jobs.
Wigan got the job at Everton. I swear he nearly got relegated. He got
Swansea. Was he at Swansea as well? Was that Swansea as well?
Yeah, he got Swansea relegated.
Wigan, Swansea, yeah.
Pretty sure he got relegated, and he went to
Everton. Was doing fuckeries there, and then went to Belgium, innit?
Belgium, yeah.
I think they get to a semi-final of the World Cup, or was that the Euros? I think he's got one semi under his belt, and the rest are just like quarters, group stage.
Oh, that was
just like the
World
Cup in Russia. Yeah, because they beat us. They beat us in the third, fourth place playoff, whatever.
They lost to France.
So listen, like, is he really the guy? But again, like I said before, I'd liken Everton to Man United. Their problems are upstairs as much as they are on the pitch. Like, not in terms of stature. Before you start getting.
The thing is, though, I kind of think that Everton and Aston Villa are kind of like kindred spirits. Like they keep flip flopping. One team's always in the mud, and the other team's always doing well.
No, I don't think Everton.
I wouldn't be surprised if Rooney took the job. I mean, he's leaving a team that could be getting relegated to go to a team that's his boyhood club that he could get out of the like out of a relegation battle. I'd take it.
But then what? What's the season after
you that? You might not get another chance. Remember that, yeah. Like you might not always get another chance at managing these clubs. Sometimes it's like Lampard probably would never have got a Chelsea job if he didn't take it at the time.
I guess so, only because of the profile of Chelsea in terms of they just go and get the best manager, like the best in class, so to speak. But if you look at what Gerrard is doing, sorry to bring it back to him, but that Liverpool job will be there at some point for him at any point. Yeah, I'm not sorry at all. But that Liverpool job will be there for him at some point. Like anytime there's a vacancy at Liverpool, his name will always be linked to the job. So all he's got to do is just carry on building his stock, carry on doing his take. Rooney might have that at Everton as well. Like Everton are not going to go out. Obviously, they got Ancelotti, but they're not going to go out and get Pep, for example, or go and get Klopp, obviously. So like that job will always kind of be there waiting for him. The Lampard one is different. I hear what you're saying, but for me, yeah, if I'm Rooney, I'm not looking to go to Everton right now. They've got a lot of problems, bro. They got a lot of problems.
No,
that squad is they got good players, but that squad is a mishmash of like 4 or 5 managers. Koeman, bit of Allardyce in there still, flipping Marco Silva. Bro, these men have had a lot of like we get onto Watford, but Everton, do not sleep on these men. Like it's mad.
Do you know what pisses me off? Yeah, because Rafael Benitez got Everton turned up at United. I think that's one of the first like disappointing results that we got in the season.
Townsend.
His fucking dead street, fucking like he's caught up in a bloody wind. That pissed me off.
Stuart Rooney.
Rooney, bro.
Mad. Bro, I don't know if that bit is slippery, but yeah, go on.
Rafa won't get another big job. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't even class Everton as a big job. Subjectively,
yeah, because he was at Napoli as well. He's had a few jobs across Europe as well. He's been at Italy, at Inter and Napoli.
Yeah.
Like
Subjectively,
obviously he's done Villarreal, Valencia, and Real.
But it's a massive job for Wayne Rooney.
It's
a massive job for Wayne Rooney.
So what are you saying? You think Wazza should be taking it then?
100%. I don't know if it will work, but it's one of them opportunities in life you just got to take.
I hear that.
It's just one of them, like I said, it might be a massive success. He could get sacked by the end of the season, but like
I'm just trying to think who else what other managers are really out there right now? Like,
Lampard.
Yeah, but if my relegations, if my Premier League status is on the line, I don't know if I want Lampard to really be the one to. Like, I don't know. I think Rooney could get by on like a kind of vibes thing of like I'm hometown hero, but I think Lampard could go and it could just get very sticky very quickly because they're not in a good situation at all, man. The way Norwich were bopping them in that game, like, and I think we all agree Norwich are like comfortably the worst team in the league. And bro, what they were doing
they're doing all right under Dean Smith, you know. I think actually
you think they're
had us all thinking that Norwich were just some yo-yo team. They were just here just to get the slappings
Bro, I think Norwich are going down though. Norwich are definitely going down. They've added a bit of Or
I mean, I think they're not at the bottom of the table anymore. I think
Burnley, but I think Burnley got like 3. They got like 3 games in hand, if I'm not mistaken.
4 on Norwich, 3 on Newcastle. Yeah,
bro. See, Norwich. Listen, Norwich. Normality will be restored very quickly. Norwich will be back in that place. But that Everton game was bad, man. I think Rafa couldn't say after that. They never really wanted them in the first place, obviously for obvious reasons. But bro, let's get on to the last segment of the show. This team's fans kind of think I think they must think that we pick on them a little bit on this show. Can we get onto them? A lot of it's justified. A lot of it is kind of self-inflicted, let's just say. But there's been a lot of talk recently from Arsenal fans about games cancelled, investigations into Klopp, corruption I've been hearing as well, unfair treatment, and then less than a week later, North London derby's coming. Xhaka gets sent off in midweek. 2 of their players are at AFCON. They've got players out on loan with their own accord. And they applied to get the North London derby cancelled. Big North London derby. Arsenal, Tottenham. So there's been a bit of backlash. But what do you think, bro? Do you think Arsenal are treated unfairly? Because there's been a lot of talk from Marco Richards today saying if it was any other club, other clubs have done it. There's been 20 games cancelled this season. So what are you saying? Are we piling on to Arsenal too much, or do they deserve the corner that they're getting right now?
They deserve it all, bruv. They deserve it all. Like they can't be chatting shit about Liverpool doing the same thing, and then the next week just because it fits their agenda. No, you can't.
Bro, let's get Rafa up again.
Michael Richards, my man is just looking for new followers, bro.
He's an Arsenal fan as well. He grew up an Arsenal fan as well. Let's not forget that.
He needs to settle himself. If he's talking about Arsenal, I thought initially when we were talking about this before the stream, you were talking about Arsenal being treated unfairly in terms of them not getting the flowers by like people like me and stuff. But
no. Yeah.
If you think about this COVID skip, bro, it's not. Listen, if this is not a pandemic we're living through now, that game ain't getting called off.
Nah,
100.
One
COVID case.
Bro, teams haven't had their training ground. At least our excuse was a bit better. We did up the whole closing the access ground for 48 hours. Like we really sold the story in it. We really sold the story. Arsenal just like we got one COVID case, we got players injured. Like, can we have the game cancelled? And a lot of it falls on the Premier League as well. So to an extent, I guess to play devil's advocate, I can say that people are piling on to Arsenal, but Arsenal only doing what any other club would do. So I think a certain amount of blame.
No way, no.
Let me just say it quickly.
Any other club would do that. Pussies do that, bro.
My point is on the Premier League to an extent to be like, nah, let me check your case notes first. All right, cool. One player out of COVID. Play the flipping game. So the Premier League shouldn't just be bending over being like, yeah, cool, do whatever you want.
It's a loophole, bro. It's a loophole.
Arsenal fans are going to look down the lens. You lot are fucking shameless, bro. You lot are fucking shameless. You were getting into Liverpool fans' DMs day and night, beginning of the week, end of the week, all times of day. This is a disgrace. This is this. This is that. All for one game. And you went and gone and done the same thing. Like you lot are just flipping. The reason why fans are piling on to Arsenal so much is because they always got to talk the loudest. If they win, they talk too loud. If they lose, they talk too loud. If they sign a player, they talk too loud. If they lose a player, they talk too loud. You lot are just got too much to say all the time. Just sometimes just humble yourself.
Hey, this is getting clipped up still because I've been getting all the smoke recently from Arsenal fans. You're getting
bro. Listen, after they try to come for Klopp, yeah. This is listen. If you come for family, it's on side. Listen, hey, Chris Hernandez, you know who you are, bro. You know who you are. Klopp is no bastard. But listen, Arsenal for me, it goes. What goes around comes around, innit? You lot gave the smoke out. You got to take the smoke now. If that's my team, I would never want my team to be backing out of a derby. For me personally, that's embarrassing. Like, especially Everton as well. I back us to beat Everton any given Sunday. Doesn't matter who's in the team. Slap a little Cade Gordon up front. Facts. You back yourself in a derby. Facts. Derby's different, bro. It doesn't matter if your team's depleted. Sometimes that's better. It brings you man together. No Xhaka as well. They probably would have had a better chance of winning.
Yeah.
Listen. Xhaka, man. This guy. Like, I don't know if we're probably not going to do screamers and howlers this week. We're running a bit short on time, but if you were, Jack is front runner for flipping howler of the week, man. Howler of the
Bro, I
season.
don't even know if we can say that anymore now that Arsenal got the game called off. It's a screamer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they
4D
got
chess on that. Is that what you're saying? 4D chess on that.
I don't know what's
They
going
told
on.
him to go and do it.
bro.
Because listen,
I
that red
was
card
so
was a mad
certain.
one.
I was so
That was
certain
red
the
card
game was
was
going to
a
get called off. You know what I mean? I was
That
just
red
thinking
card was a
about
myth.
like, they've got one COVID case, and what the case is that they've got people at AFCON, so is everyone else. They got
Bro,
injured
they
players.
just sent
So is
out
everyone
Balogun on
else.
loan. They just sent out Balogun
Bro.
on loan to Middlesbrough.
Not just
And
that,
they
bro.
just sent out
Balogun,
flipping
Maitland-Niles,
Maitland-Niles as well. Bro,
Cablamari. That's the centre back, a right back that can play centre mid as well, and a striker. You're losing. You're just because Xhaka got sent off. You can't play Maitland-Niles there.
Oh, yeah,
What's Arteta's problem with Maitland-Niles as well? I don't understand it. He's a board. He's a good. Just play him centre mid.
He's fine, man. Very versatile. Bro,
He's
you've got like 4 players in one.
Are you telling me he can't do Lukonga's job? Maitland-Niles is a baller for me, man. I rate him so highly.
Bro, last match he played, got man of the match. That Watford game, balled out. Never saw him again. So I don't know what Arteta's on a mad one. Really, his man management, I think, is very, very questionable at times. I think tactically he's good.
Let's not talk about Aubameyang, fam. Let's not talk about Aubameyang.
Listen, Aubameyang's one's a bit different though. He was moving a bit reckless for a while. But listen, tactically, I think Arteta's all right. He's good. There's some very good things about him. But the man management, I think the way he just kind of casts aside some players, he's trying to do the Pep thing too much. But Pep's got juice, bro. Pep's got enough juice where the players were just like, you can take it from Pep. For me, if Arteta is just treating you like a mug, like even though he's not particularly a baller, the way Nketiah just wants to cut, he just wants out right now. It's an indictment of the manager, I think. It's an indictment of the manager, even though he's trying to keep him, but it's a mad one. It's a mad one. What do you think?
What about Arteta or whether Arsenal?
Yeah, like Arteta, like.
Bruv, look, I just want to go back to the question quickly because I just think for me, what the bit that grates me, is bruv. This is like the definition of unsportsmanlike conduct. Do you know what I mean? It's proper unsport. This is like a professional foul. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is like a Fernandinho foul, like pulling someone back.
He just picks you up afterwards. Yeah,
you ain't getting the yellow card. It's like you know this isn't a reason to be cancelling the game. The fact that you got, especially with one COVID case, and for them to be finding loopholes in it. Now look at Burnley, bruv. Burnley are doing the same thing against Watford. Like it's just you're setting a bad precedent for future games to get called off.
Yeah, just because now where did you draw the line in it?
Yeah, you just pretend players are injured. You can pretend a player's injured. You can say he's like pulled a hand or like he's got some sort. He's out. He can't play. You could say that, especially with one COVID case. Suddenly, since when? What about Liverpool? Liverpool ain't got Salah and Mane, two of their best players at AFCON.
Fat bro.
I mean, like, even though you man did it as well, but like Arsenal, who've Arsenal got missing? Nicolas Pepe. Who else is there?
Bro, I haven't seen that Don in a red shirt for the longest time, bro. He does not rate
who else
Pepe,
is missing from AFCON?
El Neni, fam. El Neni and Partey.
Fair. I mean, Partey, I can understand that. But every team's dealing with it, bruv. We've got Eric Bailly. We've got Hannibal Medbury there. Like, fair enough, they may not be starters, but every team's dealing with it.
We've definitely got it worse out of any team in the league. Like, literally two of our 3 best players, pretty much, or like 2 of our 5 best players are out.
Cater and Mane.
Nah, Cater and flipping Salah, bruv. You know I've been on to Salah for the longest time, bruv.
Why is Matip not with Cameroon?
Well, he retired 2015. He retired from international football.
What, 26?
Fam, have you not seen this guy's injury record, fam?
How old is he?
He's 31 now, I think. It was 30. He's 30 or 31.
I thought because didn't he come to Liverpool when he was like 24?
No, he came in 2015.
He's 30.
I think. Bro, Matip's got. Listen, you man know what we think about Matip on this channel. Best centre back in the league for me this season. Like he is. And he's gonna score soon for one of them adventure man runs as well. Trust me, you're gonna see soon. Matip's gonna go past 4 or 5 man and slap it top in. But it's just his shot power is just a bit of a myth. But big up Joe every time.
Yeah. No,
listen, bro. Let's should we wrap things up there? Yeah. What you saying? Do you want to just do one scream or one howl of the week? Just give me one. and we'll call it from then.
Do you know what? I want to give the screamer to Jacob Ramsey. I think I want to get to Jacob Ramsey.
I can hear
Because
that.
especially after what I was hearing in the crowd, innit? I think he deserves it because, like, my man's a baller. Like, he's a baller. Like, I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I've been touting this kid. As soon as I think he made his debut, I remember watching him play. He can play.
I remember he played against us last season as well, balling out in the cup game. He's sick.
Yeah, especially because he got the first goal, then assisted Coutinho. Like, they both got a goal and an assist. But for me, Jacob Ramsey played the whole game, and the way he spoke afterwards in the interview, I've got a lot of love for him.
I love that, bro. I love that.
He might be getting a little I might be getting a little Aston Villa shirt. Let's just say that to get to match that. If I get
man's fully just back in the second team. You know what? I actually rate it. I actually rate it.
Do you know what it is? I think that's like, you know me, innit? I've always had a love affair with Aston Villa.
Martin O'Neill days.
It was a point where obviously Man United were just so sick at that point. I remember I didn't want Ashley Young to come to Man United because he'd leave Aston Villa. I didn't want him, even though he was a baller. I didn't want him because I was like, if he goes,
that's when he was a winger as well. When he was actually like a techie winger as well, not this flipping.
I didn't want him because he's just he won't be at Aston Villa anymore. So like that was Ashley Young used to be my guy. Then he said it for too long. And
John Carew and
then when he goes to Inter.
Villa are Premier League heritage, bro. Premier League heritage, like. Proper.
And then Howler, I have to give it to just Newcastle as an institution, bro. Newcastle Football Club. Newcastle Football Club. Yeah, listen,
the Chris Wood, they got finesse, bro. Well, I don't think they got finesse, but we've been debating this all week.
No. 25 million for Chris Wood. Are you having a fucking bubble?
If it keeps them up and sends Burnley down, that is fucking.
What if it doesn't? Then
they're fucking.
25 million.
It's dead. Yeah, it's dead.
But you know what? Just a clever little loan. Get a clever little loan.
Put respect on Chris Wood though, because he's got double figures in four seasons.
I don't care,
bro. He'll back. Bro, they're not playing tiki-taka football
in the Championship.
Tiki-taka football.
They're still back in the Championship, bro.
Nah, bro. Listen, Callum Wilson's out for a while. They need someone who's just going to guarantee. They can go and get some man from La Liga. He might not bang, get stung. They know Chris Wood is going to bang. He'll get them between
with what style of
five and 7 goals. Bro, there's relegation ball, bro. There's relegation ball. Stay in the league by any means necessary. Like, I don't really rate what Newcastle on right now, but for me,
I think 25 minutes for me. You rate okay. That's just
they got finesse. They got finesse on the price, but I think that was their release.
It's like a Chris Wood, bro. Too much for me. And then also to bottle that result against Watford last minute. Joao Pedro is a baller, by the way. Absolute fucking.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye out for this kid in the summer because he
won't be there long. He won't be there long. Him and Dennis.
He's the sort of player I can see Liverpool signing and just like doing a Jota with and like turn him into the next Firmino.
Yeah,
but he's a fucking baller. I rate him highly. Great goal, Eddie. I just love it, bro. I think I want when people. If you've been watching this, I want Newcastle down more than anything in it. So, yeah, man, I was happy with that result. Norwich getting the win as well. Yeah, man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want them down. I want Burnley, and I know you want Burnley as well, and I want Newcastle to go down. I don't care about the rest of the teams.
Who else is even down there? Watford are down there. Leeds, I think that was a big win for them.
Leeds won against West Ham.
Big win.
Massive win.
Big win.
Oh, fuck! I forgot. Can I drop another?
Yeah, go on. You say Jack Harrison.
No. Jared Bowen, fam.
What for the miss? Oh, Howler. Wait, big up Nigerian Englishman. We were speaking about that on his show, but boy, why did he do that? I don't understand. I don't understand why he did that.
You need it.
I don't understand.
Put your phone on in front of it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry to have to do this. Yeah, I'm sorry to have to do this. Yeah, but Joe Gilligan, you're my boy. But listen, on the group chat, you were talking too loud, bro. You were talking way too loud about Bowen. Way too loud, and my man went and cost you the cost you a point.
That's why we love football, isn't it? That's why we love it.
We all get burnt sometimes, but listen,
for your words.
We all get burnt sometimes, but just remember, the receipt's always there, man. The receipt is always there. But yeah, Bowen's got to hold a big L for that, man. He's been on good form. I know he scored well, but still, bro, that should be food and drink. So yeah, I think let me do mine quick and then we'll bow out. I think Screamer this week. I'm gonna have to say, obviously City aside because they're just doing their thing right now. You know what? I'm gonna obviously we put the post out yesterday. I'm gonna say Mitrovic. You know, I know people say there's championship tax on what he's doing, but he's looking like he's gonna break Tony's record in with like half the season to go pretty much. Scored a fucking banger this weekend. Got 2 headers and then 1 left foot top bins. First half hat trick. Like that's crazy. Whether or not he can bang in the Premier League, he's got the championship, which is like that's not a mugs league right there. He's got it on fucking smash, bruv. He's got it on the fucking smash. Yeah, true. But you know what?
Sorry,
you go. If he's doing greatness of that in his league and he's beating records, you got to put respect on it. And then Howler, obviously Everton are just in the fucking one right now. But I'm gonna reserve my. You know what? My Howler's gonna be for Sky Sports. You know, and the AFCON coverage. Not only have they done it fucking dirty by having one commentator and flipping no punditry team, no pre-match, post-match coverage. They're flipping their social media account is fucking jarring, bruv. Obviously, there's a lot of fuckery going on at AFCON, but they're literally not showing any goals. They're just showing like howlers, bruv. They're just showing like man's dropping the ball, like goalkeepers having blunders, referees doing madness. Like, bro, like give it an even
change the narrative, innit? It's time to change the narrative around.
Give it an even like reflection of what's going on. Like we're seeing some like good performances as well. We're seeing Nigeria ball out. We're seeing Cameroon ball out. Like, bro look, we know what you're doing, innit? We know what you're doing.
If we did like an African all-time 11, I reckon it would rival any continent.
Facts. Also, as well, the Premier League, there's madness going on in the Premier every weekend with refs. Like we saw flipping Aston Villa stay in the Premier League.
That referee, though, that referee needs to answer some questions.
Oh, did you see what Kaff said?
They said
a man had heat stroke and fatigue.
Man did it twice. And then Tunisia were just like, fuck it, I can't be asked. We're not coming out.
Oh my God. 89 you can maybe understand, but no, you can't because you're literally looking at your watch. 85 though, 5 minutes, bro.
I think he forgot to press the button during the drinks break, innit?
But boy, right, cool. You do it once. But surely after that, you're like, let me just make sure that go to your fourth official.
Yeah.
Is it definitely time?
I'd let it go for longer. I'd just be like 3-4 minutes extra time.
Wait for the crowd to stop blowing. You know when the crowd stop blowing the extra time, they're like, you're like, cool. Man, then 89 minutes.
The manager on the side weren't even doing this, bro. We've got 5 more minutes left.
That's madness, bro. It's absolute madness.
I just want to say before we finish, I've got a little moniker now, yeah, and I think it's never been truer than this season, innit? But people, I know there's Arsenal fans out there that are like, but you support Man United, look how shit you man are. But all I'm going to say to them is this, innit?
Put it up again, bro. Put it up again.
Form is temporary, energy is permanent, innit? So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to chop it up with the boy Ishmael. I don't care if Man United lose. I'm always going to be fucking showing up. So if Man United get relegated, I'm still going to be here. Energy is permanent, people. That's what I wanted to say.
Right, we'll leave it there then. You guys know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. That was a good one, man. Obviously, we got the dub this weekend, but it's not for everyone.
I just know I'm going to be saying this a lot, innit? I might as well just leave it here till the next season. Just keep ticking, bro. Keep on ticking.
You man got Brentford next. It's not going to be easy. I think it's at their ground as well. So listen, things are going to change real quick. People like, share, comment, subscribe, notifications on, all the stuff we say every week. Make sure you do it. As my boy always says, Jamie Vardy's fucking favorite podcast. Peace.
The news time.
Still live.